What would happen if there is no Diwali, no Holi, or for that matter, no occasion to celebrate in our life? Wouldn't that be boring? What will we do with the money we make? And what will then give us happiness? All this zing and zest, dance and drama, food and literature, through which we rejoice and express our happiness, is essential part of a phenomenon called culture. Okay, then what are customs and traditions? Are they also part of our culture? And if yes, then how are they related to society? Let's understand how society and culture are related. But before that, it is pertinent to explore roots of the word culture. Culture may be described as a software through which we experience all aspects of life. How we think and express ourselves. How we view and understand people. How we eat and drink. And also how we experience happiness, sorrow, and life in general is a function of our cultural conditioning. It sounds interesting, but can we put all this into a structure? Well, we can certainly try. As per Rich Life, there are 4 aspects to culture. 1. Foundation. Any culture has its foundation in A. A knowledge system. B. A related philosophy. C. A language through which it is communicated. D. Interesting and compelling legends. 2. Value system. Cultural foundation is the source of associated beliefs, customs, morals and religious practices which form a particular value system of that culture. 3. Expression. At the level of society, all knowledge, philosophy and customs in a particular culture are reflected through performing arts, literature, music, architecture and food, to name a few. 4. Conduct. At the level of individuals, our cultural identity is reflected in our attitude, behavior and sense of humor. Now, what is the relationship of culture with society and traditions? Just as culture can be described as software, society, being the set of people who practice a particular culture, can be termed as a hardware. Traditions may be understood to be mechanisms in the form of practices, whether oral or written, which are used by a society to transfer its culture from one generation to the next. Society, culture and traditions collectively constitute a phenomenon called civilization. We may agree that all human creativity is a consequence of the cultural fabric of a particular society. So, does a culture need to be protected? And what could be the threats that various cultures may be facing? Yes, a naturally evolving culture which changes with time may not need protection. However, in the whole human history, business interests and material gains have always overridden and been responsible for destruction and completely wiping out various civilizations. A more connected world today is posing new threats to some of the most beautiful cultural heritages of mankind by changing the mindset of today's youngsters. So, what to do? Very simple. If we take pride in our cultural identity, then we need to be conscious against such threats to our culture and also should actively spread the right word around.